still here with a few intervals. My family actually settled in this area in the 1870s, 1880s, and ironically, and I'm talking about now my paternal side of my family, my paternal grandfather, great-grandfather rather, came here around 1880 by train when the train ran from Port Hope, where the family had settled, and set up a business here, which was the boat building business, eventually houseboats, but canoes and rowboats and so forth.
Was he a boat builder in Port Hope as well?
The family have been boat builders since the 1670s. Yeah. 17 centuries of boat builders, in fact. Did it in England until my great descendant, Francis Hacker, was a major player in the Cromwell army. That didn't turn out well. And his sons, who were at the time 12 and 14, escaped on ships bound for the New World, stowaways. One settled in New England and one settled in PEI, or at least landed. And then the PEI branch made their way to Port Hope and eventually to Midland. The other side of the family is the Smith family, and that is my grandfather's mother was a smith. And the building, the boat house that became the Boat Works, was actually owned by my grandmother's father, J.W. Smith. J.W. Smith was the guy who dredged the Midland Harbor and built the Esplanade. J.W. Smith's superintendent on that job was W.H. Hacker, my grandfather's father. So these two guys had intersected by one selling a business to the other and then working together in the dredging of the harbor, and then their kids married. So Elizabeth Smith was the daughter of W.H., and so the family kind of the families came together. There's a bit of an ironic story that I love to tell, which is that my grandfather's mother passed away, and he was visiting at the home of his late wife's brother. His name was Charles Smith, and he was the town clerk in Midland. And he was ill. He had a home at the corner of First Street and Yonge Street, which has some significance in my life. And my grandmother was a registered nurse, who became my grandmother, my grandfather's second wife, who he met at the home of Charles Smith, who was ill and being nursed by my grandmother.
Oh, wow.
So the story comes full circle, because that, of course, is the site of what became our law firm. Yeah. So that's the history of the family, and very much connected to the water, very much connected to boating. The first houseboat on Georgian Bay was owned by the Smith, and then houseboats began to be manufactured by the Hackers, and they were used as cottages, really. They were scows with houses built on them that they would tow up the shores, ground on an island, and people would live there for the summer, mostly American tourists.